work to sustain the rebounding economy. To those who threaten war, mayhem, and violence, my message to them is that this isn't Ghanaian. Our pursuit of power must be paired with the compelling need to allow the Ghanaian to continue to enjoy his or her peace. Ghana will exist long after we've all left the scene. Thank you for your attention, and I'll cede the microphone and take your questions.
Yesterday, whilst I was driving from Cape Coast, in fact, going to Cape Coast, I stopped about the River Pra, and it was, I'm afraid I have to tell you that what I saw, the river, it was so embarrassing, and then if as a nation we live for this to happen to us, I don't know. We have to fight this. No matter what, we have to do this.
Indeed, this has been the most favored government in our history. But alas, the Ghanaian people's favor, their goodwill, has been repaid with only pain and anguish. This government has received more revenue than all governments combined in the history of Ghana. And as the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. Unfortunately, the people of Ghana have been severely shortchanged by this administration. The scorecard of this administration has been abysmal. An inflation rate that went as high as 54% and is currently still hovering above 20%. Ghana today has one of the highest food inflation rates in the whole of Africa. We have a currency that has depreciated to almost 16 cedis to $1 US, and we borrowed more than 70 billion from the central bank, the Bank of Ghana, causing a serious upsurge in inflation and causing the Bank of Ghana to go broke. We have a debt to GDP that went as high as 104%, and today the unemployment rate is almost 15%, from just above 8% in 2016. Worst of all, Ghana has defaulted on her debt payments and has therefore engaged in a debt exchange that has resulted in painful haircuts, and they have deferred the tenure of bonds at lower interest rates. This has caused a lot of trouble for investors, including pensioners. Cocoa production, which has been one of the mainstay of our economy, has plummeted, and for the first time in the history of our country, the Cocoa Board annual syndication, which was sought after by all international banks, today it has no takers. Nobody is willing to lend Cocoa Board any money. In our democratic history, choices we make in elections come with consequences. We cannot afford to fail this time. A restive youthful population does not have the luxury of trial and error. They do not have the luxury of trying a driver's mate who has learnt his driving skills from the same driver who crashed the Ghanaian vehicle of state. Our nation needs a reset. Our democracy needs a reset. Our economy needs a reset. Our governance needs a reset. And our attitudes need a reset. We need a government that will galvanize the efforts of all Ghanaians, irrespective of ethnicity, religion, or party affiliation. We need a government that will allow all businesses to thrive, whether owned by domestic investors or foreign investors, no matter their ethnic, religious, or partisan colors of its owner. We need to make a change that will usher in a government that is responsible and accountable. We need to open up this country for business again. We need a leadership that will crack the ship when its own appointees go down the wrong track. in our democratic history. Choices we make in
Asama Zongo for Eka Enano. Asem dead pow. Zongo for say, Omu Jindi say MPP, Omu Dr. Baomea Beba, but Omu Nebadia, Omu Tuamano, Omu Tuamano, Sana Mokaya, Omu Tuamano, Amba 80 Ushe North, na Ushe Zongwa, 2 strongholds, Dr. Baomea Begina. A top form so NDC to me we need election. Voter region, the court Gina voter region, making more votes. I'm a MPP. Where were voter region? Making more votes. I'm a voter. And yes, sir. Making voters so making empty almost strong holes. No, you know, a bit shaky, homo. And intina, almost Dr. Baumia, sir. And yes, sir, because. Omunyina nimse nipejina hwa mema omu showdown.
Don't go and make a mistake and take money and vote otherwise. You are voting for your destiny. You are voting for your children and unborn children. We need pragmatic leaders. We don't need theorists. On the couple of workers, as you know, but to marry. You don't be a country, actual, of a carry, actual, the Bani actual, Namascabo Abotum, and yet a workers here. The baby alone, Miss Ramo, Ghana for Mutiemi, and people from Moha. Ghana for you ready to give Honorable Japan a chance. But I come in me and you. Say November 4, Mubayi Honorable Japan. Now I'm in Ghana.
First, I will go through our 120-day social contract. The things we'll do in the first 120 days after we leave Independence Square on 7th January 2025. So, one, we'll put in place a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials in line with the principles of ethical leadership, modesty, humility, integrity, and accountability. We will nominate all our cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days in office. We would have named all our cabinet ministers. We will constitute the leanest and most efficient government in the history of the Fourth Republic in the first 90 days in office. We'll hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. Number 5, we'll commence the drafting of needed legal amendments and preparation for the implementation of the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the President. Number 6, we'll establish an accelerated Export Development Council, which I will personally chair, to promote exports as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. Number 7, we'll convene a national consultative conference on education with CHAS, NAGRAT, NAT, CCT, NAPS, CETAG, Vice Chancellors Ghana, PRINCOF, TEWU, UTAG, PTAs, students, think tanks, academia, and other stakeholders to build consensus on the improvement of our education sector, including the free SHS. Number 8, we'll scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business in our first 90 days in office. 1, e-levy. 2, COVID levy. 3, betting tax. 4, emissions levy. And we'll review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. 9, we'll introduce the no academic fee stress policy for all first-year students in public tertiary educational institutions, in universities, in technical universities, in polytechnics, colleges of education, nursing training institutions, under our no fee stress initiative. We will budget for this, and the money will be given to the Student Loan Trust. It will register all the level 100 students and it will pay the money to their universities on their behalf so that they don't have to go and pay anything. It will be a grant, it's not be a loan, it will be a grant so they don't have to pay for it. 10, we'll introduce the following social intervention policies. 1, free tertiary education for persons with disability. The Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund, which will be a fund that will help the treatment of kidney ailments, hypertension, heart disease, high blood pressure, and all those kinds of things. Within 120 days, we'll commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in basic and secondary schools. 11, we'll institute inquiries or forensic audits into the following matters of public interest. 1, MPP's collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion Ghana cedis. We'll institute an audit into the illegal printing of money by the Bank of Ghana to finance the corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. We'll investigate the 58 million National Cathedral scandal. We'll investigate the COVID-19 expenditure scandal. We'll investigate corruption scandals including the PDS, Ejapa, SML, ambulance spare parts, 13th African, All-African Games, SkyTrain, Kwalugu Dam, mass sets, Galamsey fraud, missing excavators, missing tricycles, illegal and inflated single-source contracts, bus scandals, and many others. We institute a government policy banning all political appointees and politically exposed persons from buying any state assets. We allocate seed money within 120 days for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank to support women-owned and women-led businesses. We will launch the following priority job creation programs in the budget. The first is Ejumawura, that is the entrepreneurial project to promote 10,000 young entrepreneurs and mentor them. The 1 million coders program will roll out a Made in Ghana agenda to promote the production and consumption of locally produced goods, particularly through leveraging of government spending power. 15, we review the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles, to rescue the local automotive industry in Swami Magazine, Konkompe, Aboso Okai, and all others. 16, we will lay before Parliament a new bill to usher in a new era of government scholarship administration, which will, among others, prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarships and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and corruption in the award of government scholarships. We will make the scholarships process transparent, publish the names of everybody who is given a scholarship so that the whole country will know who are getting those scholarships. 17, we will aggressively confront the illegal mining menace and place a ban on illegal and new mining activities in forest reserve and roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. 18, so the Black Star Experience will be launched. It's an initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts, creative industry and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred hub for creative industry and tourism. 19, we'll commence investigative processes to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements who are causing havoc in our country. 20, we'll reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including the 2020 election killings, Ayawaso West Wagomba election violence, murder of Ahmed Swale and Silas Wulo Chame. 21, we'll initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from the Akosombo and Kon dams, and we will take immediate steps to provide compensation for the victims. We'll carry out a shake-up of all loss-making
Government on this part will do what is expected of it to make sure that the reputation of Ghana is not damaged and the free will of the people is manifested at the end of the electoral process. And I want to reassure the people of Ghana that I'll do everything in my power to help ensure the conduct of transparent, free, and fair elections on 7th December. I have confidence I have confidence in the security services to ensure that those who might want to cause havoc or any kind of mischief to disrupt the electoral process will have no room to operate. Mr. Speaker, there are amongst us those who, for ideological or other unstated reasons, have never accepted multi-party democracy and therefore take every opportunity to portray the governance efforts in the most disparaging manner. There are also those amongst us who consider the rough and tumble of politics to be beneath them and would not want their sainted images to be soiled by what they term the dirt of politics.
Na yɛka yɛnua Dr. Martin Pemba yɛba amayɛsɛm a sɛbi nnipa dodoɔ no no ɔyɛ obi a fi na waba amayɛsɛm mu sɛbi sɛ wɔhyɛ democracy adwuma a wɔyɛɛyɛ sukuu a ɔkɔɔyɛ ɛnkasa fɛsɛ college na wɔnso ɔkɔɔkeyɛ niwɛ ɔbɛyɛ local interest ɛbɛsi wɔ no ɔbamanɔne ɛda akɔsa no dua so a ɔyɛ adwuma as a medical doctor under the NHIS ɔnɛsɛ NHS ɛwɔ United Kingdom in 2005 South Ghana in 2009 the 12 baby of parliament member of parliament for Malaysia 2012 Ebra the chair Malaysia will be no Malaysia North Malaysia South about the year rest between Malaysia of 2012 I'm 2016 so about 20 it will be our some party I bring the director of election my party na ko kwandaro magana kwandaro ma ebe wa mpeli na radam so kwa yi no se o beye osampo a o se Ghana ya disi aso ina be kai se na FPC 2016 ade ade se campaign mo pa se ye de senior high school beba ama yoni bi ama ejampa senior fight mako unity yoga Dr. Martin Pemba so and I start senior high school 2017 senior high school labor then the president is the African Abana in our senior train in field you know me and after the senior high school labor let's also and now that Dr. Martin Pemba we need to now we need professor here to need the service senior high school master the more practice who are that we try the name cartel the campaign every year after 2017 3 senior high school empire and now so as minister for education one of my friends who then name of staff senior high school then 800,000 just so 3 senior high school the part 800,000 have to do 1.2 million this now you are Dr. Martin standard amount I just to be a man spending another party in the energy minister also a human one you gonna put every time we are to Kakaba and the body now can you make now from a Ghana put that to Tampa then director of my Italiano is now that is where I had to go to and now say you are my to perfect what it is the pana and of Panua and then you the Kanyano in Africa. Saturday, you know, the Obama opportunity every Biamayo. We are my super Ulipa or Abadaye, Ulipa or Kanipabu, Ulipa or Abu it's in for. You have 25 to say here that Dr. Martin now think about Yababa and Yemaya, your best just 17% and say I did that 25. We are talking about the fire and the fire pastor, the true man. Everything that's not how it's here. Now, you can't.
So Timbuktu The name is Nana Kwabna Ajimana. Call me AGYENGO. It is another beautiful Saturday. It is another day, another month in the year 2024, the 9th day in the month of November 2024. God bless each and every one of you who is doing the listening and those watching us live on Facebook, YouTube. This is Kai 102.1 FM WCRM. It's my duty to serve you that wonderful breakfast this morning. Wherever you find yourself, you're under the sound of my voice. As usual, I never move away from my favorite verse, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall never want. He makes me lie down in the greener pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my souls. He lead me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the shadows of valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. He prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup overflows, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. This is Kai 102.1. Boardroom is the name of the show. I'm fortunate to have you as my listener, and I'm fortunate to have you watching me live on Facebook, watching me live on YouTube, across the globe, everywhere. This is the time, your time, my time, our time, and together we can move together as a team. Yes. Now what you say me brain course over United States of America ha about one course now no brother adetiano masa no obia hu no about one the pumasi bre obia hu the smoothness level and this baby bia and I resource my and I resource my there be had a year to abane corner no say blue na e konanim say red na e konanim the answer na about one insino like I say who ne odi kan Donald Trump has been elected again as the 47th United States of America president. I watch the course no. Na enu molo and some men of my penny in Tuja and I'm on two bena obeshase etu send a hunsu so ebesi aye and a maximum 4 awo would wa or what a year crom ha one of Babusia waha one of Fie our person of Bansrahe our United States of America. How is the future going to be? Ebede hu komo ebekasa e dia fa hon Ghana mra sebedwamo na wotwe na ke hwe second speaker be sa ba matena se no masom no madu omodwuma nenso speaker of parliament Agban Sumana Bagbena was also suspended a parliament indefinitely. What is the next point of action? MPP Amanyo Kono ebe tu dia fa ho mra sebedwamfo amanfo to abade mamo saboko tra mra sebedwamo enhyamra muni mudwuma taxpayers money yedi tuamoka anamoto be na mutuo emwa be na modeboa suba be na modonadi say we majority we minority eno na mokotena se eno na Ghana for tuaboka sabonko twinkonya anase moko create confusion. Ghana your constitution no said na emu esitie one to romance na de be kwa na o se fa so menu mienu Yenchire yadwen yefafa ho. Se no adwen chire sitie ehefa na adefa. Aso won so on nipa. Adwen wo ho ice pabo size no. Eni ba ko fo tiri mo. If adwen che fafa ye comment section ho. Ye kenkai for ma ho. Na dey wedding but still now boy. Once a soldier always a soldier. You be ko yenim. We any saba would be ene ye kuchiri e dey go e dey bremo. Na na watchi ukwo da obo krata would no mo. The informer o he animu a Bawumia targets Ghanaian youth. Humbled Bagman ready to promote government business. Majority leader blast speaker. Oko Ayat Daily Times sir. New job in South, independent parliamentary candidate promises educational booster for 318 first-year SHS students with 1,500 Ghana cedis each. Umuvu, edeko anim kakra so a. Charles Bisu lied to court. Charles Bisu there. Oko Delhi dispatcher. Speaker Bagbin betrayed an agreement that he would address NDC MPs as the minority caucus. Afenoma case explains. Where any sama wodo bebre. And a good ne. I na yedi ebre wo. Afaka se video so. Omodian se obekoso no wote yen. Omodian se no ye bebom mo. Na ya som. Eye wi asefa na nyina. Muchacho ewo video mo ha. Muchacho. My body ni yo. My body ni. Honorable Pulele. Okan wa just say lele poo. Nana Japan be journey shortly. Your producer and Tom Kruger. Oh yes, top one producer. Share. Although to me you made that time be out and yeah easy. But all the same, you be quiet him. Wuli, me mo akwa Bibi abako there. And them no so abo ho. Ba wa bo ho there. And no enti no with my chance here, right?
Met my chance.
Aye. Ona wo bibi abako there. Bibi ada na kwa mu.
Na me adom.
We hwe ne pen, wo ne pen. Ayeka. That quickly, you be concept no so na yenhwe bibi about Sky Annual Food Bazano. So far, send a number sequel, said a response in the city.
Yeah, so far, a Tifunya Edamati said that the Muti Sky WCRM radio. Now, yes, YouTube and other media platforms. So yeah. We always do appreciate your concern, your comments. Yeah, Sky Annual Food Bazana, Educam. I'm saying, I had for fry, Yashe. Na idea so energy. It's going to be fun, music, entertainment, food. Now I'm call for so more register for some participating so enyasam keto akra. Like I said, why maybe why your papa.
Because we about once in a year.
Yeah, once in a year.
And at time and so I said so no. Mama for you must show.
David.
What do I say? Do nyamia kana no waka.
No waka no crap.
What do I say? Do nyamia shira so no. Obi no shira no.
Yeah.
Ti sada no. Twedi ampo Yakopon ahye yebo.
Amen.
Say sada no. Obeti wiem.
Amen.
What do I say?
Pastor go.
Obia expect obia nim say sada no. Eya wo bre. Sada bre na ya bre bia. Yes no ni ade bet. Sada ni de. Yakopon ya che.
Yes, obeti wiem.
O say Sky Annual Food Bazaar.
We are talking about Sky.
Yes.
It
will wiem.
Sky, it will wiem.
What do I say?
To wiem better.
Sada tie.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah. It's for yesremo. Wa aduane, wo ton aduane, ebi e wo fie. Bra, be register.
Se kokko na wo che na wo ton.
Kokko na che na to se kala wole. Na che na wo ton se shiton na.
Se rice water na wo ye, kokko na wo ye.
Se rice water se kokko. Bibia wo ye wo fie bia enko abonten enkofu hu bia bra. Na be showcase Sky Annual Food Bazaar. You be ma tent. You be ma music. You be ma program. You be ma bibi bebre. Bra never register. Ne bo anya dem kra bra. Never register. Never participate. You want go for ba no there. abrofo mu bedi fufuo mu so mu do mu nsa bedi fufuo da no ene be yedwe wa ha papa
the competitions ahodo
wom competition ahodo wom when Nigeria for so mu jollof and the best Ghana for so your jollof na best now where Ghana jollof versus Nigeria jollof and no me ko ba bi was it Nigeria ni be di Ghana jollof obi was no Nigeria jollof no me mo ba bi crowding am Nigeria for no ma hasisi and Nigeria competition no the more din party obi am fan ho njim na enye fefefe eye first of it kind in Columbus, Ohio. And a sky for anyone paying for na hye de bram na just enye asem keto akra ya de efe etiefo entimu nyina mo fa mo honjim na enye fe.
Honorable. Yeah. Just a quick one on Sky Annual Food Bazaar.
That send the muchacho kind. Jumedi be krabe hwe. Yeah. Na ye 200 more edu baby baby. E bon pass na ko pon ya aduma 23rd November no. Yeah. Ewi mbeti amaye. So into bia ene chance ye. Yes, let's some new ani ensunkonko wi. So yes, dwane ton for no nyina obi aba ne na so bia na no say amuti enka. Amufa wo se ni oyo ni nyina enka mom. Ya dwede ne nya kraba hwe. Ya famu de ya sure mo say e be ma mo good deal. Okay. The be ya eno mbetimi atawo hayo ha. Yeah. Subsequently programs are all there being in a normal to animal. And the Mackenzie Supi, per se, Edgemedia, a strong con. Okay, I found a shembi.
All right, Obia fan and shembi, medium describe what I say, a bay November to remember. November to remember. Sky Annual Food Bazaar. But more than I saw the home Yadma on the 23rd of November, a Saturday, and about 8 o'clock. Nice Jumedia, Yasheswa, Copim a sum, Ebeto, a sum top. Obia be fa ne kuku kaka na obi e kode baabi but answer na be kono obenya so mfaso obenya nige sonko a eye adutwam opeska ye chiri kwan ya address no eye 5454 Cleveland Avenue ye zip code no eye 43231 ye ben Yasmin Supermarket bomodia say obotimi agitwi na oje krada na obe register enimani mu ya efise ye wonuane to ahodo a omo Columbus so a omo do omo ho abebo eye Sky FM anyakopon ya adoma dwumadi omoso eba ase odo de ahye dem ache odo de ahye eye efiache bra na be showcase bra na be pow eye wodwumadi a wudi onsa na odwuma a woye no be pow hontoma be bie so na obi ahu so wo so wo ho na se ba so obi eye wedding obi eye social gathering bia no hia aduane a wotimi atonkra anaso watonsa e de afro na wo so wotimi aba Sky aye wo so wotimi abeboa ama bibia timi akoso intentem so yenko ahoma no so na ye ne eye Dr. Solomon Foko kwaten na twetwe enkomo ansana eye muchacho ene onabo pulele enso aba dwumadi no so de omadwenkyere e de abrayen ama ye nyina so yetimi etie bi Dr. Bemo akwa eba Sky 102.1 so do go to meka Dog na abusia for ne bibia abokode e wo Ghana. Ye do twede aponya kopon ase yeso so ye ho ye na ye nim se ye last week na wo tweda no ba wie ne bibia ko kama de.
Onyame adom ne mpai ko bibia ye kama pa.
Ye do twede aponya kopon ase. Doctor Odo woni edi ye amanone ene nsema hodo ekoso wi ase fana nyina emu. Udi akotene wo ma wo kire wadwe e de fa no ma hodo ekoso US of United States of America na no brada e na ye de abato no hyehyɛ so after abato no nyina ba wiye no America for as are elected ora Donald Trump as US president. Dog say na wo si hu no esifa
Ajingo some dem na mo de democracy be ba yo tiaja don't be can be near so. Sir. But the women who say Biden what
they went to the more dog.
Also time now decided say on Jimmy Common. Yeah. On my way some few just one of them obey Harris is on Fanyakam. Yeah. 3 months no. No was that what the gas started. I can policies be an be a hand and toss. Yeah. But letting them to make this free all mistakes never be brave. And you know what the American people did was that they attributed the weakness of Biden, the woman.
Okay.
No man found a better one to uncredited. You know, I don't know who been a man, and then Trump also, he was very consistent on what he wanted to do, making America better again.
Yeah.
He was very, very consistent. He was very, very consistent when it comes to policies. So American the employer campaign say meya kwan mo. Unse on the nyamo de ni bia. Aha, I say my pechi kwan my kwan meya kwan we mugusu bia mo ntimo to. It's not like that. It's about how to make the people live better.
Yeah.
And it's about their foreign policies and other issues. He was very specific when it comes to homosexuality. He was very specific when it comes to abortion. He was very specific. And Americans who almost are very highly religious people. The percentage of American population are highly religious, even though they may not go to church. And as they go to any other distance, higher 10 almost countries they pray.
Yeah.
And you know, Trump not to meet can't send religious, on to compromising religious beliefs in the faith. It tells you something that the person is a strong man. He's a strong man. He's a strong man. So he presented a better option. That time, because on the time of the buy in this one. And gender issues so by movie. You got to say for the first time I heard Hillary Clinton or try. Or no man for gender gender BT. Gender BT. It also says still. Well, no, superpowers and grand, you don't know, Sabi, on person or bar, or any my power on there. I will never say that.
Yeah. But
the only is certain percentage of the population, and so 10% of they see the job to be very tough. To be an American president is like you are the world president.
Yeah.
They see it very, very with all humility. That is the vote in the children. But life goes on. Life goes on. Better life.
But Doc, the margin between the two of them now, also the winner no. Etimi enya 270 to win. Trump enya 301, Mamino enya 226, which represent 47.8. Trump enya 50.5%. Do you think say Mamino, although want me enya time bebre anya campaign to me am fanning some man to jade, but who say or perform good a be boaso bit masa ba biem.
Also as to with my baby mudi, with my character say elections and yet top up. Elections with us and yet top up. Because the kaki to have be also in the following term. David. Go ahead about with me zero and also with me anya high. Because the issues that will prevail. Issues that will prevail how the incumbents and anyway mono resolve issues and no can be among for thinking also especially America issue based war Israel for Hamas for even though it's not happening in America, but it come next 4 years. Now people could see to say COVID for definitely be witness. The people could see that one who percentage will be raised, and then you start afresh. If you can say Latin, if you can tabula rasta, who be depending in our started afresh. Yes, we're a strong candidate. Even among themselves, somebody can emerge. I'll be a better channel. Somebody can emerge. I'll be far better. What they can do is that they can form a better opposition government, better opposition. No, we're in a tough time. In a tough time, second and the Biadani, if we had seven classes for we become much past the parliament, but please to provide better alternatives. Better alternatives. bit me Trump, but you right.
Dog, young share a way says so infantry, they say, US, not vice president, not vice, young share,
policies.
Dog, you
so pursue the policies,
yeah.
I'm going to question because anytime you are thinking of Americans at the expense of other people, and mind you, America is American not because of Americans in power.
Yeah.
So they say you know them.
Yeah.
When you know more strength, we say the Bema Kakraka, contribution as of tax vis-a-vis other Ghanaians and other Caribbeans and national some contribution as a form. So you cannot override. So I will say no more. American, UK, no beer. Foreigners who could have PAD. Now, we cleaner.
Yeah.
Because in Qatar, productivity is very, very high. But you understand it?
Yeah.
And this is higher. You know, we be on your down of the chemical reaction.
Yeah.
You understand it?
Eti dog, hello dog.
Yes, boss.
Eti what from no who say the policies need be to a year so we close borders and near prevent amount for coming in, also trying to deport a lot of people. No, you think say and no be hard kakra.
Oh, so be so soon anyway. Be so soon anyway. So I'm telling you, police matana kuri at kakra ma better America matana. The guy said, "No, go up, Siri. Matana, Kaka, as I have no product, Kaka. Minimum, my more gas stations, my more very delivery. Minimum severe system,
yeah.
I'm for you, chatties, and I said, what? The boy, or no, who said, yeah, only people, but not for no, the news, but I can tell you, so good, the value, the economic value. Wait, that those without people who I said your mom, but they get a lot of money from it. They get a lot of money from it. Students in contribution, foreign students contribution to Britain, US economy. What will happen?
Yeah.
You understand it? As I said, you the boy in which is true. Which is true. But so bias or about the Elizabeth had into Russia and Ukraine talk the stance of the nobody knows. So the diplomacy no more result fine. But the almost well there's a 1 minute or starting for a different ball game altogether. We need to our net for us for way towards them.
Yeah.
You know, after I casa or you can China for the COVID by I'm on for you refer to COVID or refer to Chinese virus.
Yeah.
You understand it? Design money or the bar. Yes, Americans can be. So Manhattan as if they can be. But bronze one as if any Harlem for any women. What are you talking about them? New Jersey, Union Hope for us. What are you talking about them? The commonness must also enjoy. So I'm more just Ghana, Hano. Yes, you go NDC for say come back, they almost come back.
Doc, a hot Cabedo echo CCA. Na obai no vice president and ogina America for Antoabana no omatoama obi a wabedi man no so pen ono so na efisa anko you just one term president. Is it gonna happen and I say betimi bibisa betimi si e wo Ghana elections come December 7th?
Wow, we nyema ye ne ya o parliament where o bunkuri o de koto to American. Na say ni American anytime be Trump party going and MPP winning. Anytime be our party assassinate.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm win. Nigeria. Nigeria you know. Me so dey ade bi ato ko yisu fefe bi. Me kon to papa.
Sky and
to Ghana to love Nigeria. I'm a food bazaar. Come work me up in but so that room we me ginu ha.
Only problem cry.
If you come from Nigeria. I'm from compare Nigeria. Nigeria there no vice no echo. I never say president alternate you know. Good luck Jonathan.
Good luck, yeah.
Adam Mahama. Okobiom say to Obama no. Olusu the vice. The other party no vice. And the choir or win and because on the breaking 8. On the breaking 8, you know. The same party is present another person. Our ceremony and the breaking 8 or more common. It's only about has only back to Ghana, the one. And to say, Baumia, ever win it, or ceremony, or not Nigeria for president of Mudia win. Don't to compare. Policies and people will base on your policies to vote for you. Ghana knew what people who got to almost American when they win into the
yeah.
Tuntu or Kotuaba or say American when they win into the Kotuaba. Petty number 1, a check room. Boss, the one that 2 win American team, you got Kotuaba. No American would not declare American. No, me was out. Mona wanted to American Hamoba, Modada, Hamokamba with the amount for gas, more crazy. More or no. Oh no, Tiwan of our home. Then we can't out it.
All right, dog. Yeah, move from there. Na share. Dear na ekoso ewo Ghana. Eyem na sebedwam ene matwem na sebedwam eye asetena asensen. Sika taxpayers editua eyem na sebedwam foi. Are they worth it? Are they working for it?
Boss. When was the first part? Sorry for my language there, but my tries me very decent.
All right.
So first part, Obakaya me goes. You put him a question. Who is a parliamentarian here? With my body din. MPs come with my baba. Most of them they don't even worth it. But you have to about moment. You very respectful, boss. Yeah, boss. When you become a leader, Charlie, you have to be a leader. Leader for all, not leader for some sectoral way. Almost this 8th parliament, you know, has been the worst performer. Has been the worst. Output, contribution be the worst. It's the Abbas say, and he said, I feel one who send the parts. I don't know. The time because there's a composite bill being grants biba.
Yeah.
$250,000 biba. A buyer can inflation and your police about 15% or below before say about 12 baby. Cabe sanitary almost say BBA and Koso. Country parliamentarians beat me a boss said. The Timia force one my taxes are banned and sent me and Kaya, your more day, your pussy. You understand it?
Yeah.
So it's not country ban the parliament, the Muchem, as someone MP before the end is baby and this is here. We against you, watching you. Are you sure that is the best way to go? And they are becoming a laughing stock. Very soon, people will not even respect them again. And it's entirely up to them to redeem their image. Necessarily. What kind of someone's also here? Ghana has a woman. Ghana, it's not the parliament, it's the constitution. That's the people of the republic. And the supreme constituency, the constitution is the supreme. So anything, any law, any act, any action that contravenes, that goes against the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, be considered to be either null and void ab issue, and also void out. You understand it?
Yeah.
It is the whole year, and that's it. Supreme Court, a ruling. Omakagi said, no, remain the status quo until say ruling. Now so on Tiase, now Why join it? No more cotton has it. No more march pass or concert party. No, we can have no way. You home. No making always work out. One more to about a move to about next time. More hair, no one to obey. Monse, no one to my parliamentarians. Omoba, Ombu, Omobu, I don't want my Juma. Am I a taxpayers' money to your worker? And for sure, I pass. So my onion is an apple to about move because in Bokudum Casano, Casa. And you go, that is entirely up to you.
Yeah.
I don't know, baby, you're big. Yeah.
Now, Beja, Cras and Ameja, no, Oshana Montobu, a Supreme Court meeting two against the decision of, the Speaker of Parliament. And I said, a BB or say Ghana for another parliamentarians, a bit in my ear. I find the decision.
You go. What's a million?
Yeah.
But some technical. I've done that, and I say, depending on ye. What an amumbu or head them will be also.
Yeah.
Was in the Panama and also. It won't mean continue the work, from Korum was a otherwise. It, why don't definitely mean Mumba bit me umbu and maybe also.
Yeah.
Technicalities for the year. Technicalities. The bottom line is that woman Omukotana, if one of that brehon. I got a majority for that brehon. I did the majority. You are in charge of the parliament. You have told them, say, Monkotana, but I also decided where somebody should sit. No one was saying before us said, I don't know, also to me that now that we are now, we will get no more content now. You ask them, say, I don't know, almost strategically, when we see me cotton, I hope that we are content, almost content. There's the second time. There's almost that almost sorry, no almost content. But we don't want chaos, we don't want they know. As for Parliament for now, I wish the community hope you could because what we need our parliamentarians to do is to go and defend their seats and win massively. They should go back and defend their seats. Now, almost so they should remain at their constituencies, work hard so that they can also make a lot of contributions there. These are the things because Motana Parliament 4 years in some of us and yet 4 weeks after we get okay. You move Dana Casa 4 weeks in South American over a year, so 4 weeks when we are coming. Oman Parliament, you will pay at the moment. As a pay, no, a buying at this pay, no. No, the grass is schools need you have a tongue on open moment. Pay now, convention for 1 month, the wedding, and no more is grass anyone. So I'm graduating in Geomoka. I'm going to tear fish.
Yeah.
What a chair.
All right, Doc, my phone see.
Okay, that'll be fine. All right. I wouldn't give
because I'm always taxpayers' money.
It is one question 1 month. Near 2 be out there. A big 1,000. Most models, you can't even have one allowance. I don't put your name. School down back when senior truck absentees parliamentarians allowance. One year, more near this. Because I'm 3 years.
All right. Dog, I mean, I was it. I mean, if you were now, I may have man out to say the best I could come.
You know what you said, you master.
Oh, what you mean, after the show? Dr. Solomon Foko Kwati, I would say, Doctor, a senior lecturer at Kumasi Technical University. Doctor, a Department of Entrepreneurship. Doctor, a political analyst, or no, and now turning all the way from Ghana. So, also, in Najuntre, a brain fa a year, the boardroom, so live on Sky 102.1, WCRM, or here a year, Facebook, and your YouTube, and Dr. Picture, and that's why I'm Doctor. Yeah, the part, and then if you drink come out, says now so make cow, so more than so between bay or Fidiano. Now, baby, I will be a wood tea, be an watching tree, edify and semi hodwa, you can once a year, also between watching tree, at the abray, making can for fair, and so at the amount. So become even as on the yarduna, which my friend, and also bit my bajumadi, so now so watching tree, at the abray, be ding, and in an quabna. Ajiman Ajingo and Abetimi Afreme me na medi dwumade ho chia me muchacho e wo fidye mu ha na honorable Pu Lelen so ha Nana Japan so ebe join ye enche bi ono so ebe join ye William muchacho
one more producer deal
me producer madika bondi ba ko we mondi bi mu
I want to talk about Munja.
Every producer would be wiki be a women dinner. Maybe not out of a special I'm going to have it national so I have a hosting. You are Nessiaka, my home said I'm from years, Nanka, or the host for Abba. But it will be that so there, no, I cannot not to. But during the weekdays and all day,
no, you
would be Medina. Why, my yesi, they bear some milk ready, but could up Mamma Nassim. But that quickly, young boy and some so 8:30 according to my clock now. I was studio high. Time no equity, time no equity. You call and some so 10 times. You shall say about from the US elections, no. So
yeah, US election, election, yeah. And I can with the Democrats in the US, they are common. I think they are over 100 years. You know, okay, democracy, maybe a US do not. I just said. Omako money into the way you know the only thing
now we na ba microphone no fe na we no
said that me nya code bisa that from fancham and that say me nya code no fancham yeah you know it's US election Omako money
I didn't go into the answer fashion
oh me tino
no one say no
yeah memeti enti se mo de nkwa enti mo de mo nze mo dwena wo fom
rabi me meeting so sa
I don't know akọ pulele ni
me ko he ni wona wo ko he ni me ko he pulele ni
I don't know akọ ona pulele ni
me ko he ona bo me ko he ona bo ni masa wona wo ka wasem na wo down ho
entro we
Ona woka wasem tena woda
mo dem ma to masem
so I didn't go ti wo ya buade na me ka ho asem me nka say itire
na so wo ye bemati
na wo muti kase bia sebe na
bemati o mo de no ho
wo muti kase bia na ho
mo de no ho o mo ntimi maska radio
ti kase bia ye ka alu play po je ti aro ati ahwe no
no ska radio ntimi ska radio ni pa bia na timba ha
ulele so ka say shisha bi wo aye fe na alu play
aha pa ba ku bi Wane Gabriel say you ama.
Gabriel ba oba ko ba so.
Oba kaya. Na ko bi ni e fere kwa bra ko di no e fere patch 3.
Aha.
Na ni tini kum na.
I'm on the time no be become there no. We meant to say ajoko aloteje ko.
Kum na hwe. This I was trying puni 23.
Mo dem. Yeah, it's
the elections.
I did hear one elections. Last week you share and you know what do Saturday, Sunday no na. Have a push there ban on na me papa tram. On them say me penasem. Just say no close gab no. Yeah, me penasem from the one, but I can met to abane there and come to man there, but me penasem. He's a person I like him. Yeah. Or can't nasem as it is. I always say
no, can't open,
and I like people like that. Me put you hide it.
Yeah.
So there's it. You know, and no one. By election, the US has gone far when it comes to democracy election. There's no big deal about that. They did well. The timing was right. We had a good result. Just the margin was very, very, very wide as compared to previous ones. The comeback, is a historic. Just I'm saying this is the first time I'm saying US could be I don't know if I may be right. People can, I'm saying this is the first time a US former president come back or something a good margin like this. And I congratulate my boss, my papa. Why are they? Just and you're fighting then easy. I think that nipa no so now was Biden, and when Biden step out, and I think that or taking the time kakra and no steady man. So that because few people I was talking to within the week did mention that this man didn't bring any policy, but he won. Yeah, that means he has a very good marketing strategy. Yeah, because or steady, nipa no ne ba no, no use no wins no, and no dinya go no ashe. So that's it. Now I had this one. I congratulate and then we also congratulate America for always being pace setters when it comes to democracy because. It do share the impact in the world now when Trump as I come back now. Both I will put it both economic and then social and political because when you look at economic wise now, I think that any idea you can simple. State be and as a country be economic wise no be impact. Ebiso wa ebenya both good and bad, sort of say, because we had the policies because you cause on Thursday I was reading one of the on Thursday his campaign manager will say, that's what I mentioned, the campaign manager will be the White House chief of staff. I told him or Bayan and Yaman tentem fast. So I say, I'm say Yaman no more trains the Senate, they are yet to declare. It is in Yamea Dumna Senate, so Republican for them, so Musu take you on the nature say, Mamunu Kwaku Bugamu. And one thing I like about Trump is, I'll put it on quote on trend policies before he take decisions. Yes, decisions be or never bore minor. Oh yeah, on trend say you win, for win too high, or say follow procedure, was no. That is another means of governance. Sometimes I can train the policies and the procedures be follow. Or maybe in any pakrew. So some decisions need to be taken quickly to save a situation. And to hear the business wise, this is how he likes. Or who trading in maybe policies nipple or no, or because no, this one let's go this way. This is what is going to help the state or the people in this country. And I like him for that. And immediately Trump when he announced him say Bitcoin hit the highest high, such as and not just economically, and as investors, they were happy. Or you'll be I think so Obama share Bitcoin mu kena. Or he believe in those cryptocurrencies a lot because he's a business guy. So that as global story, and as the BBC was saying, he said Bitcoin gone up immediately. Trump arena, that's just a good sign for those in the tech and then those in the cryptocurrency industry, economic ones, not just we had to stand on those, not just good for those cryptocurrency, kind of say Bitcoin, so just say because I'm saying and check those cryptocurrency no beba means of and comfortable deep baby, will be answer now. Amama be started edge too, and I think that is going to help. It's Trump, economic wise now is good to some people. When the trade policies be or your campaign or I think that like Trump also said he plans to put billionaire Elon Musk in charge of audit of government waste. Actually, maybe they have. Man noticed that there's a lot of waste in the system or there's a lot of waste in the government. So when they put this man there, I'm saying also, I'm also a businessman. And teachers say they are coming to build business. Now I'm a so emu ayede because business from the makunu yede. Only from the capital people no such as that. And I've heard that man also Elon Musk also has been a long proponent of cryptocurrency. And then it tells her famous invested in something Bitcoin. We're investing more in Bitcoin business. And Sankofu no ebe boatram ama economically no enema akwaso ewo wiase. Now here tariff so am say enkofu a the trade tariff impact ebe how mo pa China. China for China for na am say me really keke na just economic and maybe what is going to affect Chinese because he said he's going to put about 60% of any import from China. Any import from China, that is the trade tariff, which is a very, very high. Now other countries and also are more 10 to 20%. Such as it is a we import to be free China. Meaning problem on the Chinese government or to date. Still no that's what such as and if we import to be from China and I say the 50 to 60% you to so they want to kill their business in China. And I says China for us, I imagine say we have no so money abre for almost so India grow. US too is a big market, China too is a big market. That's a we import to such tariff on their importation of goods from China to here. And that's just an idea is going to affect the Chinese economy a lot because Ubie here and Yonkum to build. Such as and that's all my European countries and another other countries in the 10 to 20%, while you are giving China about 60% on importer. Not just a idea a hard drink kakra. So I think it was a kind of saying me papa Trump or Rena at least or Henry. Yeah. So far so good, you know, and yet bad for some of this economic impact on the world market because of the surge in Bitcoin. Tulsa man, he's a billionaire now. He's going to be put in charge of some of the government policies in maybe an actual trade investment.
The surge in Bitcoin now, I'm one for very confused. So they don't know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, no. It's like an investment. It's an investment.
It's a means of doing business or invested. You invest in that, and then it's the digital currency, such as the digital.
And you do it online.
Online, the digital, and people who invest a lot.
Office
in that. You know, and also there and kofu be invest too. And then my immediately already a cost, papa. And do here. That day now, no, I think that it rose from some percentage, which I'm here to get it. Because and I've had any person who invested so yeah, this is Elon Musk man. I think that he invested almost $1.2 billion into that. And we say any power in the situation. That's that day now raise a cost and I just say when you scam more, such as because a lot of people are investing in that. And I have those invested consultants in Bible so be expressing the views on Trump coming or Trump come back. That means a lot of people are going to invest in a lot of investment policies around the world because this man is a businessman and investors are going to get more on the investment. And you know, economic wise, you know, Trump coming is going to be good for investors or investments. Hey, Trump also promised tariff of 10 or 20% on all goods imported into U.S. and even higher tariff of 60% and higher. That's what I said on China. And the China, if you say what I'm reading or what I've been read is okay. And then when we look at European also fear because there's saying that Trump doesn't support NATO. NATO in terms of and so beha adwen kakra because over Europe the NATO for na kogu Ukraine and right now no and America so source of sika the support to this kind of you know na eguasi in America there was as compared to other nations. Let's say Trump so and then maybe there to me say the war in Europe Ukraine and Russia and Trump doesn't support it, and America is spending so much money into that. And you know, I think the problem because Trump is not going to support NATO when it comes to giving them or any means of support in the form of, say, arms or say in the form of anything. I'm not sure so Trump is going to do that as compared to Biden. Because Biden was all out in support of that, but I think Trump on Shadani Putin. And but so you're more closer to Putin than Biden. And now I'm for fun. Me sure say beer obetimi abe bibi kakra and can also ever boy.
Just something about Bitcoin. Also, the price of Bitcoin is $76,466.48 US today, as of November 9th. 3:43 a.m. with a 24-hour trading volume of $51.98 billion. Over the last 24 hours, the price has increased by 0.59%. Bitcoin currently has a circulating supply of 19.78 million and a market capacity of 1.5 $1.51 trillion.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a one investor of Bitcoin, and this is an opportunity for you to get more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see how economic-wise, Trump comeback is going to increase investment in Bitcoin. Yeah. And I have big guys and so most of them have now going to this digital currency. I'm investing in that. Because what do you see in Ghana? What do you see treasure billion? The government policies affect it. But when you look at this digital currency platforms now, I'm saying, no government independent. Your government be a policy in the bit affected those things. Yeah. I don't know, and then I'm the baby. When it comes to those digital currency, me, U.S. policies and those policies does not. And you know, comeback of Trump, you know, is going to help businesses to grow and investors to be brilliant. And to Africa, any comes where you be benefit. I think that. Yes, you be some fast because your TV has no. You always depend on loan. Say, honorable pool letter, not buying, they be a loan. So I say, you know, Adiana Trump, I think say, and Kofu be so over warming Christians and Muslims are happy. Now
buying so ebe, you can say it is castle.
So comedy. So can buy ye say it so and say.
Oh buy ye, you so na say, I'm saying e koso.
Africa, I think say Trump victory, no so. Christians and Muslims and be so energy here. Yeah. Because of the policy of LGBT and those things. Yeah. LGBT no. I'm saying Muslims around the world or in Africa and Christians in Africa don't support this kind of a policy, which the former people were promoting it. It would say the joy be about Africa. Yeah. Because now some of the countries in the world, because of yes, it will be inside show no
because of aid in
this animal into the Democrats were trying to push some of these policies in some of the countries in Africa. So coming off Trump, you know, look like most Africans are happy.
They release via Bromo.
We want to make they should adapt to that kind of policy. Because Trump will not go by that, which is also a good plus for Africa countries.
That was my Ghana Kraba almost parliament in this
Yeah. I think one of the when he visited Ghana, Tanzania, Zambia, many here believe that this were the things the woman was promoting. Yeah, and it was not good for. It's Trump successful, no, was the Burma business in Africa, so I am strong because we are seeing we are dependent on America. So when America is growing, I think that they grow with a lot of businesses around the world. It's a now here political, so I'm saying baby kakre had Korea. I think that he mentioned that American troops in Korean Peninsula or Peninsula. Yeah, thank you. I'm also Korea for betray SKB. It just the troops who could go. Trump is a strong man. On one finance ministry, NCA, as it is in Obeka. And yesterday I was reading something. I said, if Trump become president, I will reduce the number of American troops on Korea Peninsula, or I ask South Korea to pay more for 8 U.S. security guarantee once I'm in office. So that means they are going to pay more. And these are the central questions now facing as Trump has openly considered downsizing this thing from the U.S. was it from 28,500 U.S. troops stationed in South Korea. That's just it. Trump coming to South Korea will also have an impact because Obed downsizing military presence in South Korea.
Impact, you have to be specific.
So these are political.
Positive or negative impact.
This is going to be a negative impact. It is going to affect them. Yeah. So it's going to affect them. And during interview last month of Economic Club of Chicago and Bloomberg News, Trump said if he served a second term, South Korea would pay $10 billion for U.S. troops. That means as a war scientist, that's why Trump
as a form of battle.
As a battle, so that's what me also at the same time, on some far one so he's going to bring about 10 billion for U.S. troops in South Korea. So the other, so bet downsize it and I'm going to more money. which is going to also bring an income or something to U.S. economy. You see, this is a man of very strategically such as I think that Trump coming, the only country I'm saying is going to affect them both economically, China and then South Korea, if you look at it. But when you look at Israel also, no, as a hange kakra, either is going to support the Gaza, whatever is happening, which is a very political something. I think that Mameno was very clear on that. But Trump is what we are looking at, whether he is going to support Israel in fighting that I don't know, so these are the things I was looking at, both economic and then. But on the election in Ghana, and the MZ politicians you know around, everybody is doing his or her own analysis. And for me, I know Republicans are MPP, maybe. Some MPP for, and Democrats are NDC because I remember Clinton came to Ghana when Rawlings was there, and then at time to Obama was also there, maybe. Yeah, so it looked like that Democrats is aligned with.
But I said, my music,
Akufo, I saw no your vice, maybe the main fan encounter. Okay. Now he went to Africa for a purpose. Sort of which
she went to Africa for agenda,
pushing agenda, but which I think and now if you look at America, it look like, as Dr. Foucault said, America is a Christian nation. As what the info be Anton Chen, what I say, some of these policies are affecting them. I'm the one who say, in the long run, it's going to affect the country. In Tinkofu, we be no.
Because I mean, Kato, Oko schools be now. Do you know? Say they were promoting LGBTQ. Then
some states want to pass laws. That's it. Which and you are forcing them on the kids. 18 years. So I don't know what the man cry. I say, so why don't you allow them to get to 18 or 21 years? They will take decide whether a good idea and say, and there may be I think and now where satanic learnings be some states are introducing. So Republicans don't like it. Minim Republicans and they be almost. Nyamensa almost to say the Ghana suffer for babies. Almost because I never be they against it. And I think that biblically they are against it. You know, Trump coming, is good. It has both good and bad effect. But the good ones, outweigh the bad one.
All right, the good ones outweigh the bad ones. So Asuguswa 80 Sky 102.1 FM. WCRM. You stream it live on Facebook. You stream it live on YouTube. But more than say, I drew me down a powder of video to her. Now the air course, I said, you will be not sweating me at B. William, the dear the one I say a friend or a muchacho. Mammy, Enco, a year honorable Pulella, so on our bottom man, Pulella, I was a day. Yeah. All right, it's US election. Quick one on that.
Okay. Bitia, a big phone.
I will afford you so.
And after my chair, a tea for near here for.
Afford you so.
After Mom, about Sonic Media on the producer, Marsham, they go come, my idea. There be a good Saturday. My defied. I want to be Traha, there be Chayagone. I think say for mankind and country. I say. I think when the wife, but I'm here, no so home foul. It's a man can and country now make an assembly be. Oh, my auntie, sir, Limina, Yari, near home, another besom. I had day. Yeah, the Yemuna in I had a pedal. Good. I think good be America. If a town I see in him, sin will be a Yakonia and Yan is such a big platform, the boardroom. I have Babacha and Yagrini. Your uncle for being so a munim chain. And the uncle for Bua, service have been paid. Somebody agreed a pet. Until Yana agreed, China, a tinner. Boardroom was a shamono, or my crime, a tear from Pepino, or most to me bem. True WhatsApp message, whatever, and I say comment to be, I know be a such an agreement. Until yesterday will be a say, some I any can no handle. Yana can Yagriman, I had a bay, and I yet agreement. Now, American election, a jabo, a ababi drew a wee. I think say brand you came in a Yamin Chadi about Tono, a ban a wee, and the decision so a ban a wee. That is 5th November. In fact, American for actually said democracy, but democracies they are the champions, maybe quote unquote, and I'm not democracy. I see the year can't say more. Because me buy Crumen, the American say, no elections, no so, but who election fever be. But I'm not so I could to abano compared to baby a free bar. You can see paraphernalias, slogans, way to boy, ye, soloku, whatever. Yes, a star, no, see, politics is local. The Biametakas are almost all approaches they are different. By the end of the day, they are two about her. Won't take she, won't she, by a two by president. I know say almost 100 and something years or more experience in democracy. I know say one day Ghana, you don't say where the bay, you be drew. It's a American farmer so. Now I am a Mochinkwa, especially president-elect. Evan the Chinkwa, near man about transit. I think say I'll be the president in Bida. And BBT Olusuye no asamba back, you know. Now what happened, what they have been saying is election and this is football. You need draw. Football you on your mommy and son. Either you win, you lose, or you draw. But election there, and Tefra here say, one butua. Or die, 1 million, Ulusu. And I don't the day, no. They did all the panel, and I be major victorious. And Trump so we near the T and Quan. Na make us a communal transubida. And he knows what it takes to be president of the United States of America. United States of America, na cano. We are seeing no niti anyhow. And you can know you now. A teacher for the class say when America sneezes, the whole world catches what cold. The American interest in we are seeing interest. American interest we are seeing interest. America will influence or baby America any nipa baako and they do much chire. So here send the city and do the natives know her. Into Obano or be a father for all and na say be a best then. Kakra can say wanyanya abanwa na wi yo wona diswade hunu bebre honom a ode ba begu akwam saa ni swade hunu no ana ode tudwa ana America for no dodo ni tie ana amode tumi ni ye de be e ma no etina no na also ode adwuma na no say the structures and the systems are working. The facts so emerging president interest say obetimi de ne pen so aye bibia constitution ni ye de be e wo ho and America so a federal state a federal country mechanism your states be obi adin nkui ewo ho state bi anso one e ben ne mra ewo ho ni nyina so akwa central yakwakobo federal government so na mpempi no say he federalism a say you unitary state and I say unitary state ho and your federal the state ho very good federal states no obia ne ewo no tumi a odidi ne mande de ni state or no on the mra on the BBI de be ewo ho difference say unitary state in there BBI is central government no and this presidential system na federal state no no America dey na different it in the bia man focus Trump ba obey is true your to me your some campaign talks so high did you to me or political talk or but to be before community we are Trump ntimi so run up and then nya na pass me na me president di say na eko and I say even and the send no so run up so be ankoda there be they also call House of Representatives na obeko they also Senate ba mu no obeko oba federal state also so a amo governors ni amo mayors amo so bia be yo adwuma etino like Dr. Foucault kind structure system here dey be adwuma the fact say why victorious now president just say obetimi de ne pe aye nyema bebre and am pese ye hye nso and I think say asem now so no crunch na me dey be make no entino enyoma egu na ni so no onfa na nyoma enye adwuma na omo bia so nya ntumi efanye na adwuma na American fa no ntuma apanye de be infra the policies or kind immigration or kind security nyina anatemafo no free say ebeboa omo e na oye ho adwuma but I have been saying say like Dr. Foucault kind issues of immigration very dicey. I think so about power no ohun say na e de be city e ohwe American economy even farmlands and almost 14% or 50% of immigrants and contribute to American almost food basket. Yeah. I'm telling you, and if you doesn't be and take proactive measures, now I'm told not taking hasty decision. Or the combat America for now come out so sad the homo. But you follow my argument, you know. Yeah. And some issues should be tackled proactiveness, and I say we're very tactful. For instance, issues of yes, you have to do something about that. Now, no, if you say obi bamu na one union information bia no baby oye oba be dibonia patwa de me kana say e be create problem be no and also hweso na omo amawuram no be fa kwan so be nyu information be regularize omo a say be in play answer because of be de obehu na if when na adwen say na me school of thought to go for which one so be pamoni penina do you know what it entails now you hear for instance someone be secure asylum oga so de na kwa how do you find ko nukuromo also compare country be na country ni tum say na US sorry UK ni Rwanda what tell them can I say you know and so the cost involved and also so near the bay at the ketwa now by so be yen yara so bobo kana ato so some money ni na come to play it the American election dey enya ba bedu awi na the day animu so na the bay e dawson enti ye papa Trump I know so be share juma say January na yeah January very good and you may be our office or yeah a bit one more than cancer security no and also here I'm happy about and I'm over to now you me adeba kwa and you say postmortem na yeah about elections no but adeba ko pa me who say dia kotene apart from policies no elections we say Americans no are not ready for a female president. Americans are not ready. Hillary Rodham Clinton, it happens. The same Trump we are in the defeat, you know. Yeah. And in fact, say, "Come baby Shana." Na is saying, "Can I call your baby?" Trump put me ma pa. Put me ma. Now
the boss are not the fans in the man.
Umuza.
The fans in the Trump baby are not candidate Trump present here, no. And that's a gender candidate, you know. And they feel woman.
Yeah. But you see, Biden, MPV in term. MPV in term. And so another so and this candidate election baby you and me who say now why baby na Arnold Schwarzenegger governor is it California yeah very good she was once an attorney general that is it yes Harris and do you know something almost said they be a case in the bravo but not the one the time as attorney general almost started transgender advocate here Emma California there edin tintima o hono mo to the extent say we your mind no cry no your nkola you can take decision that me ya wo moba me say me koye be ma and I will be me say me koye oba ama sa ama ni nyina ye de be adwuma ama ene no amunyini wi o mo ye develop from obu onu no say at the time free be ma wa call be but I too late it am I traumatized ama ene ya center bi do mo nyina akogu a they are on drugs. They are on this. Am I depressed? We also take a decision, you know, at a tender age or as a minor. It's the attributing it to Harris. The time, patron mentioned. It's a baby born some time ago. No, and some more in I idea that it's they realize I'm about fuck beer and more America. Because America is a country almost in God what we trust. And if in God we trust, you will never be a godly. If anything you are doing, they deem ungodly. Forget about the human rights. The majority will rise against you. And here, what we call coup, whatever, not there, it's not in the history of America. But they will wait and do election every show. But what American I say, if you are governor, no, as attorney general, no matter no way I so. But advice, no. What's our money cost the year? Now be president the year. Excuse me, you be doing worse. And the amount mandate, no. That's the view of the majority. So and you not can your man a fight here debate. It's here democracy, no. The choice of a candidate, no. It was wrong. other than that ne dey nanka at least almost your man from there ajaba come hu here when you were talking about the cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin and the rest obi a won so in kura no na etimi appreciate shoot to there it means the businessmen also so no was having interest somewhere they think say democracy is more interest. Oh yeah. And Agyengo, you and I know say businessmen so also control the system. Yeah. Control economy. If you don't know, at a point they can even sponsor candidates to contest elections. I'm interested in it. But what they make can I say? The one that say Trump is trying to say something about Elon Musk, I want to be too more. Oh yeah, yeah. Because the thing say, oh, buy me a business is no Kosua. Yeah. And sometimes when that happens in other developing countries, no. But say, oh my, be na dollar no. Back from how they back from one of the businessman who says can it's all go toward and all the good them or they say a bit my economy is simple. It's businessmen sometimes so bad my one no more delay are very tactful. Now on that issue, no. I can also tell you say some of the policies be say migration at Trump so be implementing now. The businessmen can also come in because almost so Trump is a businessman. At the same time, they call for no businessmen, no, they also need cheap labor. And as we hear for all more copy into Aneka. Patriot make an say. It's almost so my immigrants now be and they you may. No man of $17, $15, $20 the rest of my GGA. What I say, hope PBB will be the coffee I be. It's on a businessman, Abuano, among us, or some people on the disposal of Moya Jumai de Bay. At the Buano, be too forklift. A BSA Buano. Make us be of our quiet boom the BPA. And of course, we have a work on your hand. It is also those have a common now. American population Lebanon is going to have effect on the labor. Patriotic can I say? Yeah. Now, how is going to get those people for production? If I now go set up the company, come on now, move free now. Oko sibi obabi a Guatemala oko sibi wana Ecuador oko sibi ho na a product no no dey about America na patriotic can I say? Yeah. We are resources are available here. It almost also will sit down with him definitely and also almost be almost interest. It here boy scratch my back and scratch your back. Patriotic can I say? It almost so boy what is presidency na o pay and about to turn your man. Yes, you dey say business be booming e be koso. Until you say o labor na e boy me here adwuma na. That's also be those have can. Until I said to a friend say it's easier said than done. And the political talk, but some of the issues no on women focused. And easy so be implemented. Though but my BDA. But never be on easy they be. Sa impediment be ho. They say now work as a tisika so no e come din yeah, but me who all right. But o buy no say sika na yete so no e sha ase asase efumtumu a untimi nyi sika na efumtu so ese nsuo se nneoma eti be dey come na nkoso nto an ya wo se nneoma bibiri nso no ya makwan na ese some of those things no ugina kira a asha dameto nye ohunu nko be transfer a different thing altogether eti no American elections from Ubusamia kakra betimi aka that's my take. It's good say omotimi ato aba no asumdwe mu na no say Trump also no obeti afutu na ne also hwene ye because America dey a father of all nations, a mother of all nations nya ba akofo dey omochichire if you at a point if America no crap some of the states crap more acquired from some countries we become America yeah what you say and almost say you choose straight of other people to build it some time ago yeah it never be brain can boom on the mission yeah and no akram was Elon Musk. He's from South Africa. And of Canada then becomes American. Yeah. What I say? Sorry, no, he was then he was an immigrant. Yeah. President elect he no because I said nasi for for Germany. Yeah. What I can I say? And you shall make any more. We free anymore. I'm frafo. And I am Kasai. Man frafo nti man bofo bi nso me mefrem ba de ba kwa me kan say de ahoho na chichiri kuru yo hoho kwa na atikrom na abobra ya konya ma ne kwanta odi bi yi ebi na ama ebi susu ye de be e ko ma nimu no yeah it's true ba bi kwa mbo ahoho hene what I say aha etino America do say America be obi e ba bi die but America also depend on so many countries to survive nko so hene kwa ye nta fa mo free krom ho obi a aso wo ba bi a wo bo akuro no ye ta bo nko so kwa hene American can say or didn't want to extend so he'll be more that he will need something if you want your crown will be well to buy BBano but you still need be obey here be obey here go the free baby obey here be foreign policies ni nyina so obey him etinim say Trump on your dictator quote unquote therefore be consulting system ni be adwuma structures be adwuma na America fa no tuma pa de be
Efra America be fa no tuma pa Efra wako na wasa aba nti no efonso ahodo wo ye bia no I think this time no is going to change from it now what me move on. Yes, how the nyamra make ho asem etiefo make am say the boardroom and was go so with your live on Sky 102.1 WCRM. You stream live on Facebook, you stream live YouTube. Oh baby na say and I say o tu kwan na say radio no chi bia boma but modern so be connect to the tuning radio no and the 24/7 baby a wo bia no nya na say wo data na so wo internet obetimeti William you hit on Ghana parliament the air cost say near free say nanka parliament business ebe so say more recess and I say no omo ekọ fie de na so bibi bana say emergency a yetimi fro ema omo ba betena say inim say kana watwi no ensema ekopie mo supreme court ni adentina ka enti ase beba ema omo business aso omo ye no omo timi ato aso aye bet entimi ama sa ama ora bagman asa join parliament indefinitely and answer what to parliament almost no e dey shed da bia yendi bebra omo besaba. Moving on to the elections I say parliament attitude agya you know say na wo say ehu no
yeah me no am da see yeah I was here since 2021 yes we in this parliamentarians our Ghana politics it has gone through a lot of challenges and a lot of issues has come up or came up. I wanted to explore some few issues that has been happening in this parliament. One, I'll tack on this is the first hang parliament. And I just had a kind of more a politics school, political science for Honorable Pulalem. So this is the first hang parliament. And as a result of election of 2020, it became first history, whereby both NDC and they did not have the same numbers. So I say, and then, so this is the first hang parliament in Ghana. At the same time, also, this is the first time an independent candidate who won, that is Formina. Yeah. Every year, deputy. I will choose you to side both business with the ruling. So this is the first time an independent person or winning here. And I just say, or be take his side with the business of the day, that is the ruling MPP. Oh, in the parliament, where your parliament be, I just say, to me, it has gone to a lot. I just still also. The year when I just say, if we in 50 as a basin a way, it has gone through a lot of phases or a lot of challenges. This is also the first parliament, a member of a party in opposition, a speaker. This is another idea na ebinsi that year time we in the article 95, 96, 100 of 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Parliament is mandated to elect a speaker and 2 deputies. So in 2021, it happened that the lot fell on former member of parliament from National Democratic Congress, that is Mr. Abansumane Kimford Babin. This came after he pulled 138 votes out of 275 votes cast by members on Thursday, January 7th. So I say, this is the first time Yenya hang parliament, Ghana started democracy. And this is another first time a member from opposition, Ababeye speaker. And this is the first time an independent MP becomes deputy speaker. So I say, and I did be so silly. Made the back one. This is the first time the first ballot theft. So I say, the first ballot theft guy, she say, member of parliament for Tema West, Karos Ahenkra, or snatching the ballot box papers. A parliament has challenges, I too much. I just say or mine minimum say a test case for the country called Ghana, or is something we should all understand how it is. But to me, I think the people or the country should look back now, because it left with only 50 days. 50 days, now it's almost some few days for another. Days, yeah. It's 30 days for another election. Days, yeah, and NDC has been named as majority. This is the first time. Obia or minority, 30 or 50 days to election has been named majority. Now more my majority has been named as a minority. And this thing, I think say a hard baby and a Supreme Court. And however, Supreme Court ruling overturned the Speaker's decision on October 18th. That's less than 24 hours of Speaker's verdict. Ghana Parliament was adjourned indefinitely by this man Bium. Say, was adjourned here. Because it will store government business, including crucial budget approvals that need to be paid public sector workers ahead of this December closely contest. Look like this ruling by the Speaker is going to cost the country a lot.
Now, William, Oka between 50 to 30 years. And then on the 9th of November. You talk about 7th December.
I was talking about time I didn't start.
Okay. That is way back. Yeah. All right.
That's just 50 days to election. Now we change people from majority says it's only minority. Now we change.
You was just creating confusion.
So I say
unnecessary confusion.
A parliament.
Confusion.
Hang parliament.
I said they are joking. They are joking.
Hang parliament, theft of ballot paper, ballot balls in parliament. We require fighting and bruising in parliament. We heard address for case here. MPP for Bible, ni better on the address for. Ninya issue. Parliament today. It was Ray address for or it was not Ray address for. So the parliament we had gone through a whole lot of Niamabia. I don't know whether it's a test case for us or as my brother just said, they are just there for their sake, because it doesn't sound well for a country called Ghana. You just want to store government business, you want to create confusion in the country, as a whole Chief Justice said, that how can a parliament ever Ghana is not in sitting just few months to end for election. I think that they should look at it well. Now, so more dissolve, no say 7th January no crown, so you dissolve parliament. But minimum say every election year biano, you what they call 3 months budget. Send that 3 months now the new government no be government business should be running. Necessarily when and Parliament need to approve a lot of budget lines for government machinery to work, especially payment of omukra salary no krano. It need to be budgeted for. It is say na mo ni ho na mo se mo join Parliament no. Mo kofi. Ebe dem salary you approve. Who is going to approve your salary for you to be paid? What about government workers? What about other workers? They depend on government payroll to survive. And you know Christmas too is coming. Ghana major expenses are happening during Christmas festivities. Say almost join Parliament for indefinitely there. Not just a lot of government business is going to be stored, which is going to affect both the parliamentarians and the citizens as well. As Doctor said, I was almost salary no company. You hold their salaries, because if you people are not there to approve budget, approve that 3 months, then how are you going to be paid? Because appropriation bill, we need approval from Parliament before it becomes a working document. they say no, you approve from Parliament appropriation a better be working document. And the first 3 months before new budget can be read, this I was saying government business should be running. Send this in the bubble, say MPP in the bubble. The country should be running based on budget. How are you going to do all this work? And to me, I don't know, I think something which is going to affect the country and a good sign. And a president be so much set here a bad as Minu Japan last all kind of imagination. I'm say a bad president for this speaker and the parliamentarians as well. I just say I dare new Ghana for the because they are there for nothing. Because I don't know you know and Sony na a good or mine anyone see be into a they should call them back and no munjai can I say the omoyan because emfa adibia emba or mine. Yeah, intimidate bibi kaka metimakan because and I dare how many say look like you people are there to make laws and another department or another machine is there to interpret the same law. Na mama ya law no be interpreted says sa lawyer mo say nechere so let's go by it still. Mo sisima so say mo ntiase a na che say mo painful ko am di o man nanim mo bu mra so. Enti mo bu mra so how do you expect the citizens down there to respect the same law which you as a leaders are not one person will be this amra no so. Enti idea people should look at it well and call them to order. Because then the judiciary will interpret the laws. Into my judiciary interpreting laws say them so let's go by that. Still, my tintin to say Mompena. That means it's not something should entertain. I am ran a mabuso. Into Mrabia do I was say will be a boom rasu krumi at the man. I was say a chumaso. Sentiment chumaso. A servers are there that should be yen ever kai.
All right, Miso Beda was a muchacho and I otedeka about a parliament. Who says somebody no my echo so Ghana a parliament. Mamiko honorable Pulele so honorable Pulele.
Unia?
Yes, sir.
Babe, hey. Right honorable Aban Sumani. Babe,
yeah.
Yeah. A lawyer, astute lawyer. I was seven periods. I was a young Masha Bidwani Ache, pa. Why a member of parliament Ache. This one you do at the home cry and Ache, yeah. And was a very speaker of parliament. Both judiciary and legislature and he belongs to. So lawyers are judiciary, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, sometimes he will power home. So we are dear. That sometimes no or personal interest no say Dawson estimate communal interest and your man interest and pimpi no swaw my ekobono fiyase and I said mguase eto eba sama unhunye onye da bia na wo try say to me no kura wo no wo dey be defending your maybe awaye. This is the situation na baby in the insanity. And now I'm saying, be issue the position as Speaker of Parliament. Now they have won the political party. I'm with the BCO as a Speaker of Parliament in Nintino. Or take decisions, be taking steps be bria. Deep within him pa as a lawyer, which I start make medical can. No one say Nanya no. But who say break a cry edru I kotuaba. And then I'll be in the office, no bet me the I'm on a political party and we need to me. Until now, I say what me use are the tactics. No, the be a mechanic doing is to help the NDC to get political expediency or to win political power. But say, yeah, baby will be our affiliate or linked to political party be on interest won't be no issue. So will be a judge and or two on be now somebody by or the NGC lens be shaka no crab baako. So oh baby I'll find itself be a beg maybe I'm no wa I bring him say civil servants or money politics they do baby say ya bibi kra na one sign na grade the binya fu and ko twitwa kwan so na NDC ni the o twetwe ne ho what make can I say e bi kura da bi wo kura wo ma meeting ne ma bi abekọ so se na be ya enkoye ma political party na wo so no enya anuonyam enti in a nutshell ne ko so nyina ye politics patron na mechire no onye sa ade no na ndi MPs kura se parliament kura ma anya kwan ama indefinitely no mo nya kwan bi akoye mo campaign on the speaker of parliament tam no so anso ma click atwere omo na omo ba aye politics na ekoso enya ade enwanwa bia ba me sa kan sisu bi o say sa ma we nyina ebe feli ba bi ebe feli enya ade obeso si di da mo me mo any date ento ho and me say bi ba be link US election to Ghana identity do ebe kemo asem se nuntina quickly no mo kwa be she US sem ne kikan US election no vice solution to ba now you be do ebe kemo asem ba ben and your man awon ye no nyina no he has nothing to do apart from say anyama we wa sha say awon ye no obe press conference I explaining the ho and to asumu ntino say kokole for indefinite adjournment indefinitely the search na crobate me afre but opewompo the din aba ba ye kan bia da ho say speaker we ni penso ena of odim rasha and nsem ebu judiciary nimtia take decision steps bi on mo a eya ade a authority democracy a ono watena mu for the past 25 years I enjoy ade asom bisin no wa ya ade ama kamada no ho ama bu democracy nimtia because say democracy there ye hwe tenets of democracy organs of government ni nyina aka ho he belongs to one organ but still almost separation of powers enya adwuma na obobu judicial nimtia by mran so say wo ye mra wi a fa koma judicial for no interpret even as a lawyer unim say assemble judiciary after some interpret to make review ye bibi one fan man nyina anya adwuma nyambom no ye nyo pair speaker of parliament enti ba bi ni dia ko history books mu obi anso someone to na eche di obi awo ni din enti enya no but me see ni timu pono de enye adwuma to me if you say Ghana for ni ati o Ghana say the sunny now obi nhwe enyema pa akoso o man ni mu education mu agriculture health bibia no na onyana adwen se obesan ba konachi o eti wi omu yanyi nyina no enko ba bia eti the make can say babe on tonko so na no ye bia opekura parliament no na on free bill so bia hu so no na edi o man abro first quarter budget ade bebu o man no so on free na fa nyoma megu akwam na omu nkonko hihye nkoji ntum na nkonko ye adwuma na de obeto akoso a sada wanim now we are in bebrebe nyina after 7 December obesesa every celebrate smoothness level after 7 December baby besesa na approaches to issue no because we won't say or feel etinya me can say NPP enye focused wonyama omo ye bia mo omo campaign no omo ye focused omo go to the people they should tell them what they have done what they want to do or what they can do and then here na sad distractions your body can use demonstration galam say for one hope and fa amako use organized labor strikes action the one ni yenye say and fa and no be use parliament asakobo asofo ano asofo no nya danyi nyina and fa enti campaign no mahama onko no so the ketua na say one is on normal South region so e dey mo ye campaign no man no ntime ko ba ho kakra no obeda fie say na dey na ha no onim say sa communist inferior tactics we no ni Machiavellian tactics we no ebebo ano but this time round no besides you be o anya baji mi bre ni bi mo ani bia ade ben aba amamafo ni ate nti sa ma we nyina anya adwuma nti ba be dey so be fieli send your strike organized labor dey no fieli no all right sana ba be so say huru na wodie no e be dey be
Yes, in the scrabble sense, to me, in the scrabble sense,
Ajingo,
we accept decent languages. But what already so, Opia Bontano can say,
okay, say some, oh dear,
so we have discerning people who are listening to us, and we don't accept indecent languages, indecent attacks. When someone describes your, opinion as it will not go well with you. So let's try to resolve that.
So say, so when I can say me Queensan Diamati. So say me Queensan Diamati. Memum, and your mana Barbie free so when you to me into a day. I've been telling you, besides pity me who you say. They will be me who you, Miss Aka, you say. Oba district assembly level now. Barbie position, your friend presiding member.
Okay.
Manya Akunya at the assembly consecutive terms. What I say? But the servo say, "O my be fan to my pa efra." Sometimes who has me position be we are MPP and this you o the tone chain. O man ye mu ne kan ko. Amas amanyo sambe to o my no. Aban be ko no man ye de be. Eti ho da. Ade a wo ye o man be fan to my pa efra no. Eno na o so ye de be. O ye. Na wo wi a no wa de be oja udin. Me time as presiding member, now I'm making sure say DDF District Development Fund they be qualify. Work band projects be on by assessment they be qualify. The person assume ba or technocrats no. Be you assume you go pay for say assume you jua ana kramanya dabre. Assume you jua ana kramanya dabre. Na assume ba civil servants your majuma MC mayor or any juma assembly members your majuma. As the leader of the house no. Sana mani nyina tokoso. Bibi to form na anye ya ne de atu ye ne ye de be ne ye koyen obi an leadership style what am can I say that is what or say here NPP for wom na DC for wom ba ye nyina ne try de be asomdwie say ne be asokọ fa no ntuma apafra the project bi ba akwan ne ye ya ne yetimi akohwe ne ye kontem ne ye saa na o say we ne de be eye budget ba o say de be ye gitum baby anye no antwa ye no I'm a member of the what do you call it audit committee do an ya hwe san mani nyina ya ko budget hearing na ukobi no hu na district na fa no tuma pafra sa na ba bi se ba ho na wo so ye na Ghana fa no tuma pafra na o free say o ye sa anyama na man pipa nim agu ase na ya ka so ma anya hwe na nyoma aksankra wiem na bibia basa na ndi se wini a hwe dako de bia me ka se tumi se na an na ntwendu anka no to no anka conference mu bodu anka conference e biara da could be after 20 years 25 years na this is so samba makoye omo nyoma yie no mo ba e be ka say mo penso speaker bi ba say no ye nya bi be ye omo I know say breaking the 8 need here NPP be breaki aye ko yanim but that bi biem no ye pese omo very credible opposition party anya na woto opposition a more power more freely more opposition so am freely. They say no position.
All right, Mami na wase. All right. Na meko na so. Honorable Bulele na hotel ka. Ka was the boardroom na wasugo so a hotel. Tena se adwendwene eye nsema hodo kwagu na wotwe mu nyina tichiwo amanyosem. Ene eye sika sema hodo a ekoso e wo wiase fa na nyina no. Ene yakopon aye adom ama yetima gimre atena se free no so bremu. Nondu yebe sori nkonya so na dwumade ho fredi ho natimi aba wakwa mo mi amedi dwumade ho chia me mitin ni Agyengo Mochacho o figure ha honorable Pulele na oteninka na Japan so join here shortly na in the next 5 minutes no we can say me no na dia bom na watimi EDC amaya na aba next topic no eso emfa a US election no betimi use 1 minute ni nyina na gina wankasa also now the parliament ho sense me and ya kan ho asema no now I just so I can wasem kakra me mo akwaba
me chia betifo ni ahwefo ene adwabanyafo ahonim situation ti ana mo de achem
only problem kra
say the tb o say fafi
what menya braba
nwa de di kan okọ ahemfi a ye ka tumi ye camera na okọ amamu mu ye camera na bible kan ebra yankobo ka kire so ayi say Samuel so onko sra David enwo nsi ne hene no oka se me kwa so etutrafo so hu se me be sa de obekume o se wo ko ifu dwan ba obusa wa ka kire ne se me be bo afode amenya me so na nya afode no okobo nti mpanifo obebi ebuse no kre bukuru yenka na bia so ye be ma bebrebe a yekunja ene bre yeninka so if you da me who say Speaker of Parliament address it so hina betena a Parliament pen who so a monarch. One who's addressing ni bi wo ye Parliament ye speakers are betwem komo hu bi da. Ono kwa nipo address ya no address say wo hene. No aba betena kono nche so a monarch. Official tis ade no start say me number 3. Dedi kan. Speaker on confusion yakoso nyina anya obi a memlemu obi a e wona de abobo ntrimu pose obeye no woye adenti na make sa on double standard bi a woye ne press conference on enko anya kranke obegu ni ho animu ase
of course as I said
what be press conference we are say no attack judiciary no attack the executives ayenim guase ma ono amu no oye lawyer a wa practice no ana mo na mu look down upon ayi emra no de ekuta emra no
exactly
obi sore no obi na no say hang parliament me pesa sa say obi abeka bi because nchiremu wom hang parliament here parliamenta say hanga we di ayi majority 1 year na the following year na we abedi that is hang parliament we whether you like it or not time for mena ni no koka MPP for no they are the controlling the business of the day they are the majority it ends it say who we are no start what attack we see o press conference no be say question say mo be free parliament how dey to say mo be free on the 7th mo kwa sitting arrangements to say ubie wa no say nyame na me kire ba bi obi ntina nyo na kire ba bi obi ntina hwan ne ma eja hwan no masem so na ma MDC for so mo majority hwan ne kan agyengo hwan ne kan sa asem any speaker senya wo anka yete a wo mu yo mo parliament ko bia ni sitting arrangements ho asem wonum ne free ba ye say ene we mu ye say Oko kan wo si wa anya ruling na we make a comment. So how can a comment make obi eya ade a wo ye nti wo kra na wo so kan say masa menye ruling comment na me ye eti attitude na more than edi nenye. Besides oko parliamentar omo electronically no ma hye bibia se wo umia wo mic so se obekasa o picture ni udin appear o screen so. Se wo ye na se wo nti seat so speaker mehu bi me ama we bi live for here otumi ka tell say kokotena ba bia wote ansa na watie wa sama wo ka eti we na omo ba ye na we makotena majority side na arrangements yes san hwe yenye program bia na omo betena majority ni side na obeko wedin bo wo si enye wu na abeche ba bi obi ntan se obi sori se bia MPP fo ne ko e no mso kotena no mso sori se wo kasa so okasa ubeka se hwan na kasa nti se ayi atofo se sori no mia so a na ayi afenyo marking din ne picture aba na wo speaker no dia na wo supervisor of parliament wo aje wo so ho ade na man na boni trimu po se oye no eti o clerk of parliament adentina oye press conference na place of clerk of parliament tininche ade no bibu say question one can say any on yes arrangements in the clerk of parliament you want na wo mu ade wo ye be dey na clerk of parliament akwa ka cha to force na ndc for my aggressive say mun so le free ankotana minu anka wo de wuli wa kan kre kade asem le be so parliament o me kra nkomba because the whole parliamentarian to me jina no agina ayi camera ni no aka say me do obetena me seat so no me call no bi ba seat no me bo no o friend who suffer ewo ayi ho o ye suffer semba ho a mo ne die no so ka this ya bia ye ka say ye Christo sum no this generation o mobile ebi egu na ni mo ase amase say enkofo crown no kon no say on be from say o me Christopher na speaker ade a ho ye no waje ono kwa na wagu asema me kan wuli at wagu ne ho ani mo ase che parliament ayi speaker of parliament bia wa ba o Ghana epenfo si ebodin bo ehye mra due ene ebodin tu mra nso gu a due waye bia twaso wayire wo ho na tan etise se
aye bia fo
wo de ti wo ya wonim de wo mni se media me ni president of Ghana se me parliament kutatumi a ekama withdraw ayi babe ni ema nyina na mahwe so betimi dia kokota se court kan se ma woni so etimi withdraw security afiri ho o ka wo yusu kina na ma me abeje na afi mahwe se wo so betimi atutu na se o kwa akos because wo ntimi fo ho de meko je se mra na be kan ti se sa court na kan na ko ahwe se be hwe ba bi o de befa se okay wako o security na withdraw o ka wo dem se aban na de ma o de coat of arms ne yaje yaje sa na ma na ne yahwe so betimi akose emra no a so bi ye wo sa wo koma ne correct no se nka betimi akoma nim so mo correct na ade bi wa wo ye enye yesi Ghana obi ene wo betimi akata parliament yan kan ho asem ye nya Britain wo mo no omo system no omo use system of parliament no se executive ni kan mo timi tutugu be Ghana ye parliament na ene ne ho sa ne tumi no ejina wo baabi no wa bi na no se I respect the constitution but not the decision. What you say? Obuwe say constitution anywhere. Constitution need judiciary. Constitution and judiciary. And checks and balances. And not in all. It will be a raise the interpretation problem. I'm call former President Kufuor. What is my President Kufuor can? A lawyer, stood lawyer, and you know President Kufuor as a president. What is more can? Or no so can it dear was article na more can was. Actually, say there is a problem with a one was say. Omo say the honors lies on them. Let's leave them to now. Omo chadin. Now I chinchine trying. Now opese o create confusion. Na mi hu ade ba akufi or omo press conferences nim. Atofo asin ye press conference bi. Na small kan ni say Ghana fo nyina ehu say MPP fo no na empese oman ne be koso omo afre ayi say omo mra mi enkoye we say da ben na wo form committees. Na da ben e na wo yi o majority leader. What you say? I didn't call ya will say omrana form committees. About what the Americans form committees. Enunti asem American and say Sebabe basis and suban on season subana menana. And a suma minua baako. No ko school wa ben pa. And o catch and say uncle ya dem na. Okoye we hu ade kro na anye. What as mamna na catch. O heni din say school and season Jimmy. Asam na okan no medwin hu dem fuso odidi na tem be o ka tell me say we are see ton fie nyansa na say pefie nyansa pebi na efie nyansa e mansem bebre nya book enti so ahwe omo di dwa odwom na omo wo ska pa o wiase pa so study nya ska fo enya omo ni e book omo ye semi no because ade bi beba ye say e koton bo ho na akofa bi no akoton do ye economy say be fa pen paper sem kofa one container na me de ba na me to amenya say me fu me di fira kra kwa no ote wa wo sese no na de ono no ye we say edwomfo no wakofa abeton ti say de mfa so na eba wani betie no na wako eti so ahwa omo ni made bebre pa akọ ekroma o si 2 bedrooms no ato ofani ani bi sa atade na ya papa ya kire ne ka baako eno ano no o de sa da bi o de pen no atwe ayi ato ne hwena no sa no de ko Ghana eye nyina dia na media mesere say na dia ekoso yon say Ghana obi ayedin na media ne problem. Ebra media no call parliament house no mu hu say NDC for no ewa name tax no na wo say omu twa saa de ne de beto ma Ghana fo nyina hu suban a omu da la di last me kind me wuli ni me nya adwen say parliament we say na parliament enkofo be brain deserve say omu ye parliamentarians omu ye parliament because omu mo brada o free school na
yes na wuli no nya adwen say na we say putu ne be na de wo putu ne ka
na ma try say me restrain me ho pa ma he
obi
o ha obi mo brada of the student politics and I'm say ebi mo brada or the student politics no di wuru amu na onya salary da e parliament no wuru aye no obedi politics achi no odi nyeska it won say ayi ni ho a say politics ni ho a na ma power omu ni a life to live na ka wo de asoma se ko na ko hyemra na ko ye we hwe okisesi ase ye wie eto mbetimi abetena so mu be discuss omo surveillance package ana say omo esgas omo betimi aba abetena ho ana na de ekosui ohunim de ye me ya ne say Ghana fo mpanimfu a woso omo ka bie nyina aso mo yedi opa ma table ne ntani ne yemfa ne say ene ya to aba NDC abewi na MPP fo start say omo dan suban we bi adi Ghana fo mpanimfu nyina be sore say oman ne hia yo mumiemfo oman ne ko danimo this is the time wo say nke be sore no na mpanimfu ne nyina aka bo ma frɛ ba bia ka chense masa ade na wo ye no you are taking the country into ransom also last CJ Bufui Supreme Court say how can we sit down now what for the eba na utimi you oman sika na de akofa lawyer utimi you oman sika na de akotena baabi and de wuyi na de ko na what say wonye we tina make so say freezing access na it speak obi di na tem obi tina friend privilege committee agin wade a watwa esa a watwa to no say omo de nanim ye forma e ono ana me de e asem sebe ade a waye we say no say na abato na e beto no Ghana say no ofu sebe bo oma wa ha opposition party in big time because some of me designing no aye din no mo hwe de ekoso because we need power mponi wa jingo ni the power mawa e de na abe o man na person o man ye we asenka o man ni mu ye mra na abe fa o de ko ni mana me boa ajingo ba bia otisi e boa o man studio ni we uye ni ye na se kama de obeba be succeed no obehu se anema wo di gu akwam ni enti se wo ko ne ye twen san na anko ya o ne bebre enye wo me di hona si opa on sense bo opa mo sense you as the street I mean you 1 minute period
all right
Trump once last me tena hakan so oba na de be
President Trump
ade a me ka se be ha oba ne pa sa enema na wo so say na ye nchire we what President Trump as mo kan also on the ade na asi oh ase no ho adwiri say the onim ha agenda me nupe oba ne be ma na wo ba be ko school be oba ya say ene de me oba be ma ye be ma chese odwene ho a onti ase ni nsema no wo kanya no ha hyinya unse na nkrofo hwe and otachi ade bi adam betra ka so ahwe blacks ne kura beto aba man unse o ka say oba obi hu odin pa chen Agyengo bi no ete obe fa say no ogina no okuta card say ode sister ye taxes no say Trump or not tax no for but tax no double by we buy ye the tua benefits amasa anko for no nya adwuma omunya adwuma na wo tax cost so ne de hwe na nti wanya akoko duro say wonyare kura wo so woyare no de giskadi two also oba wo say overtime omen tax omunya overtime tax and how file tax nso so and also what percentage every so and also utility base was so it omo konko we ya omo be lo na was slashing by half ni nsem no kan nya no ade di Trump abro pa ebra covid ni bae no ode nkrofo life for US edi agro na omu wu ye no amfa serious aside that na the policies are yen ade ehu immigration asem na all can but no o chire mu ba bi no matena se kakra all do be high be matena se onfo monko ya biti nye ko no e also omo ye ade bi hwe se na meka se meni ano se me wa no a ka also ye bi also omo ye bi aye unse o kan se nkofo bi di bone a untimi ntresi wo Agyengo be nwanwa pa se na se kidnap bi bai e wo Orantangi road no so o de ko Ohio State James won Agyengo to our documents be dey pass obi kwa ka se okowia obi ka akoye because you can easily be traced but se nkofo mu di bone a untimi ntresi wo eti no omo okro nu uni omo data ni omo bibia enti no o problem e dey se kwasese ma yakoso nyina omo na edie na se obeye ne sa ni kono so mass na odo omo be kono e be affect because e ba sa wan hwe a warehouses ni we bi nyina be close down because majority of them omo na yesa anwuma ni nyina kroma fo na nkasa omo free kroma so omo adwuma kasa bi mpe omo mpe eti e dey sa na ma nkrofo be close down omo do omo nwuma na ko enti what media se me wo ano a me kan bi anka be ni se ko betimi a generate different social security number ama wom unique ones ama wom e betimi allow momo betimi age driving license then no the tax at wom so say bia wo ko renew license na age $100 a year ono no ko renew bia betimi age no $400 and $500
states ni go ha omo ye ko ni yo kwa
yes because say Carolina crime system o just you na wa age ni be say $500 South brain wanya ni data although on timu illegally but who on the data obetimi tracing because of ID card and all special social security number and it will serve as form of income obetimi boost way but say we the mass do omo ko
say e bi na omo de omo seek for asylum no
mo say it on and America say once na yempenasem but once na ni we asen so anke ho be kire because omo na boa men ne ma pro it's either way you look at it no edu ba bia bibi nye it one day on to no bono hwe kakra but all in all o statistics here na ema odi gu akwam na me de one no my name de say teacher ni kura wunnim ana wunnim na wo be kache obi ba se koye we se na high crime na you say no be tie obi achi o so be man crofo akọ hospital sa agenda no ma kọ hwe se ye na e implications be in future o si so hunu sa obeta asa nkrofo na chi amamo yes doctors no which me dream say the papa because I didn't go in wo de obi awo na de o so asema sense example de ye
all right trumudi na doso ene fe na doso ana me bwana asebo wore je ho ana okay oh say asembisa ade de wo ha asebe fambo Adebene da o kan haso bi. Adebene da o kan haso. The microphone on, why the mic? Never maybe son of say ade you ma dey be.
Mama me kasa. Say anya atwum enti na bi wa me be kasa menye. De o se eden.
Come be son say ba dia.
Because I need to wiase. Bra wo ti fifin kwa beta America wo.
Sa e oba be ma ho ayun.
O ka se di enti ne wa.
Na waka. Wo da say.
Na nya na wo ka wo se wo e wo
oba be mi say de be na de. your body be ma buta wodi na this is what work etinya atwe na okanya atwe na sem no na atwe na wo ye
enya ne mesi enti na ware laundry na ebuo
my brother
enya no ama me unu aba obi abetia ya aduane ni bi ama adie ma onko ha
next of it go on be class kulele my emra also
o ka sa asem no pelo mo ho so
person na my yin down so
o ka sa asem no pelo na obi ara
Pula so bisa sa microphone. Want to pula na. Obisa sa microphone.
Na microphone na microphone. Ade wo fever kakra kra na ahunyo ya. Wo nya sani gu so fifreti wa.
Na ho ato. Na ma pia o.
Dabi sese.
Pula quick one just 2 minutes. Your time no eko. 2 minutes on elections December 7th elections no. Are we voting based on policies and I say popularities?
That's it.
2 minutes, Basho.
About why Basso 2024, our Ghana, 7 December. Policies here, Juba. Policies, Edim Aquatrepa. Now, so our policies sent them up political parties in the ABBFM manifesto. Nia Fenya Nidia. So policies in here, Juma. And Yadia will be a bit many baby papa be a ginaso, a tuaba. And no kind of Macassa Magana for now, Bhutan, why very descending now or sophisticated, you know. Just what it does, Abra, no amount of crass. A popularity there and a sending car, and a Jacko Nilo money be the president. I'm not saying a twab my own. And your mom, your popular Ghana, no, second Kujinaba. There be something for Boo, we send an hour. We knew 20 United Trenwano. And yes, what it does, Abra, near my crasso. And Quadra Nanu Sibia can be a winter. And come Sana Benya Sebi, Abenya could do class original president. No, I saw the fan your Mabby Brimu. When you dear, oh, I'm a moo. Near Obitimia, and Yaman you couldn't free mobile, Musuba, and your Mabra or Mobbo, your Mabeda, and the issue. And the policies NPP dear go on no more. Me a dear Bakwa, Mania G. I'm happy to say Vice President of Barbie Lunch. That is what we call credit score. Me buy Krumman. Very good. Very good. Me buy Krumman. Me once AGYENGO. A boa system. A browser say be we are say kono or say see the bay. You na ye kubi. And I'm happy say President, Vice President Muhammad Bahumia, President Adan Kwakufadu. Ama no kwama digitalization or ye moduma edi mako 3 years. Sani say we are seeing na de eco CCA. Sa credit score ya e da ho CCA. A boa American system abo American economy no. Sebi ba Ghana adetina yenso so yenshom a policy, a very fantastic policy. Ye fa we into 24-hour economy na bia ba need dance for BB any kijetia Gabriel see the last year say BB kijetia 24/7 nyina ye fa to patriotic say it is obvious as a policy na I be to aba na I know say a time ni so I'm telling you be just policies pa na nya policy bia so policy papa policy a ewo health a be mani pano ne pomudin be koyi policy of agriculture ho policy a fa what do you call it education ho sa nyama ne ba be ye adwuma and you na know say NPP nsusu nya akonya ne ba ye no so no omo policy om ne ba ye no ye kama a boa Ghana for me side can be say baby a Ghana ye pese ekuduru no de nya nuru ho but a yesterday baby a e be fa free 2016 nyoma na egu on no and this NPP we fire Ghana no I'm telling you far better unimbi and you be brain na akoso na Ghana form pam NDC free ho enti me say 2024 abai to come December 7th obia nta NPP echi na muntu aba man NPP and san to aso breaking the 8 BSc awo yenua Nigeria for so to the comparison ma MPP no ye o say yen efie no western Sahara and I say West Africa ho ne fa yenua to ho ibu nkompon ba America say America vice president na lusu intino Muhammad Bombe ko lusu he's never here nor there and it is not true isipai say isipai and say Harris just 3 months pay and no buy and what do you call it Donald Trump also we near bana on Obano. The time no, I'm for Dumuso ama. It now he had been tried and tested. I'm ultimate proof. Intino. No, said the Samuel Akonya. Mahama also the obese and your baby. I don't know what crona na baby. Intinya de beboa oman no. Ndi manu asi.
All right, but that's all the one. No, I see Eddie my boardroom no asugu so with your life on Sky 102.1 WCRM. HB sorry in Konya so. Now I remember our hobby just 2 minutes on Ghana election December 7th. Are we voting based on personalities, records, and now say dear ben our yeah. Okay.
Ajungo personality. The car personality. You see the feel mobile.
Yeah.
And I'm only pedia, no physical. Into which you can't say, was that a brandy pa? Nice if you on. Ghana, I think we must study idea. Former President Mahama, sorry, I say economy, no. Now, economy is bad under this current regime, and this year. What the mom said, so I study out. So I study. Me transit dream, maybe my analysis. I mean, Tiasi, Eddie, Amiado. You know about 192 Sadia, BC started, sir, the first republic in Sadia, BC as in the second republic, movie, ABC. Jingo and the good economy. Now, you are Mahama say, a whole good economy. Won't mean to a government worker salary. Good economy. Won't mean enter fuel and gas, empower or term and someone who electricity. Uncle for course, a hotel man uncle for Juma a good under 4 years. So good economy, now can. And when I say a teacher 4 year Juma for 3 years and what your 3 months. So our policy, and I would buy. Good economy out to me be no catching uncle for say, won't me more monument, so but 2 betia or cry, among 2 infantia. That is the good economy that we are talking about. And the bad economy, former president, a bad economy. Sani Emmanuel, ne walk and the good economy and inquiry under this bad economy. Because whatever be the case, that allowances that you would defeat a bad time on. Under this bad economy, I work and what me restore our mutria. And mashes will cry at least omutria be nebiakem. Sir, baby, and why I say night to you see government workers say, you do omoka be a 4 months, 5 months. Baby, on and most of cases, I didn't need you or higher funny juma. Once again, a forward Juma process now be baby obey your neighbor, seek a be a chronometry about grammar. But institution be an hour say, Mosumi Aso, and Triamica. Once I did not Mutigu, you soon be my beam. Ubon Savior can't benefit once and Sabia, and the near more dear man working conditions be any salary party or monk be that. Into that bad economy now walk. Sani man at me. Sad this bad economy, and at me a shankola over 5 million. School, quo. Sad bad economy. Into under you good economy, and that's how and Koleo Muko school, ne bino. But ne bad economy at me as uncle and manipa over 5 million. I would have about school to say. That's how we it too compares Hania Manino. And Memusa Horn, former president, or near Asema Orca. 2, here's our digitization here. Baumia can't there be a better and go for can or can say, or Jania free economy no work digitization. And I'm a Papano. Now you know the boom mine see Niqua said do mine many because it's open say economical you drive economy no con imperial. It's without digitization in this current state. Won't me that won't me money. I don't move for economy. It is how say, digitization as the analog na so become. Na analog crebe hobby. But first I will call that apparatus net to and I just a quote now because I have David New Year, no more bond to and see. What I say? Analog, I of course now I will see the analog na ben hodma and a telephone and such money and one say crnetum. It is said to me phone crowd me so. Utimi kasa, o kasa o the voice keke. Ekasa. Na the one ya fast why. Never nanti. It is the American say. When your opportunity, edna platforms, medema losing, when your opportunity, edna platforms, what can say problem? So, what is your solution? And the solution now, what can I do? Dimicate 24 hours, I will be sick. I didn't go some machine buyer. Namakotom buyer or Kajitia. And upon Belgium 7. My point, you left 5 o'clock, says you can ready and name me credit. Now, me buy the ask me the beton 24. Nam them buy the name Macola, Menini Fian Aberton, and I said, me yet then my beton. My poor me quada. Eti misrese solution says Ghana for our mokoto abande bia meka say Ghana for descending enu nti na say on say match say de ma obi a obebi na sika him na ye che kura ba on say ejai any pine ejai because say Ghana for ni ada ho eti esre on say aba na mokoto medie President Mahama niema wa show no say original platform say the questions ne o say bra amano ubusa me ne ya no ya na ase o madia na adwene odi bebu man asi apem diminishing returns account to man ko tenafi na next time mo hihye o mo ne ma yi no mo peni pa fofo fa na na say bi obetua be bi do abi na say party magana phone ko to aba ma president
all right mami and what's the old one be see mami Willie Ochacho last one but on the elections
on the elections
yeah
before some question we really for Professor Ajumandia senior advisor former senior advisor to United Nations I can be do joy news flash here which may interest our viewers or our listeners. I say he has called members of parliament from both sides of the political divide to set aside their interests and work together in Ghana's best interests. He also stressed that the current standoff in parliament, which has been persistent disagreement between the New Patriotic Party and NDC faction, he emphasized that the well-being of Ghana democracy should take precedence over individual ambition or party interests. Medibe I say MP should adopt more collaborative approach, stating that the interests of the nation should always come first, not politics. The interests of Ghana should always come first, not politics. This is for the previous one. To talk about election in Ghana, whether personality or economy. Okay, US election, economy too came.
Yeah.
A lot of people voted based on economy.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember me made the example. 2019, 2018.
The time I
maybe I'm $15. Yeah. But I'm okay. And I'm just 20 plus. But me just can't be one. And you know, now a Trump.
And your life on Hana your highest bidder.
Trump.
Hana your highest bidder. Or life.
I would Trump na make.
You say life Hana your highest bidder.
And Trump na make to a bank.
One of your highest bidder. I will push you to that Sicaro.
That's somebody can never can aside. What am I that's when I had the highest. And one of us on the comfort so run. So and you go for be busy on economy. Apart from other issues and for the vote.
Yeah, economy
was.
Now say up to now crab taxes or file.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The economy was a factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was kaje.
Yeah.
So, economy was factor. It was Ghana there the economy also will come in. Just that Mahama is not the option. Me I know the minimum banker. Ghana economy say there, masa.
Common different face Biana.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can be dangerous.
All right.
Because Mahama baby that people have tested him.
Yeah.
They who say masa do be no.
Not to take say the see America.
No. You see. And an engineer can last minute because Okajam said you shouldn't compare Ghana to America.
All right.
Because every country and the GDP now here there now. It just was here compare other African countries.
Yeah.
Since all kinds of some Martinez.
All right.
Because the DVT here the Ghana compare. Yeah, the Ghana compare America. I think say a hard it's where economy will be a factor in Ghana election. But I just said the alternative no na maybe adema because Ghana election no must I one must I complain pa ohwe ye nua pool le mu nyina o ma complain but obey ne den or party no dada so what I say na Japan ko complain but our party no dada so but idea me hu say
wala o complain here na usu
the $20
o se atusika na usu awon who complain now? Who's saying that? Say no, I don't get the card. I get the bank card. I don't get the bank card. Like come on down, so your card now on your home.
Yeah, I do Ghana economy nice the same way. But I just say maybe the remember Umia and Yama to Akwanza compared to former president as a Umia ahead. But I'll caution MPP. Mona and this idea among Casano.
Yeah.
they should be very careful. NDC can prove surprise.
Yes.
Me, I said not make a market through there. Say, NDC can prove surprise. Because they have been quiet once they started program as at August. Because say I didn't think NDC. I said, how many policy? And Gabriel because only house to house. Something I say.
So how long we can through behind you?
All right. I'm warning my MPP people that they should be watchful.
They should be extra
vigilant.
All right.
Because NDC can prove a
all right. Yeah. Food bazaar. Ebaso.
Food bazaar Ebaso.
Now I know the weather. Don't send me.
Yeah, weather no. Actually, I can't want them. But food bazaar. Yeah, food bazaar is coming.
Say no. And you not yet to know. Eswasa no. I want to say the city. Say I'm for.
I just sent it there. Just say. Ajia mazizemi kwa ametuwa na miyam shishimi. And I call, we went to a place and the guy was saying, "Oh, my mommy told me when is the date?
Yeah.
You want to come?" Oh, me want them in table focus into.
They say now
make us an
also I in table now order t-shirts and all that.
Yeah. Also a place what there's
also a place here. What do you mean place here? What is kind of Sunday or no?
No, that one is not part of the. Oh yeah. Musica 500.
Oh here.
Oh,
food bazaar.
Food bazaar.
Yeah, tell me.
I go to Pemanzo.
Let me see. Come on, some. Me friend want to say we can be.
Okay.
Yeah, but they can. Yeah.
Food bazaar na baso.
Oh,
yeah. Aduane for my G up to. You know, I do bia say. Now no, you call Zongo link or say echna. Okay. You me channel say one. Yeah, mommy the dish. Once say Sunday, mommy. She say. And conform my jet to just one margin and once your call baby your fro Safina restaurant yeah you phobia I'm so Samaria phobia. Oh, they were very grateful for the initiative. And do here I didn't know they banned there there and conform
all right
not just say the pack and a Sky FM for the back Columbus because Obika Chairman said Colombo is too quiet. We need such things.
We are shaking Columbus.
Thank you.
What does it Nana?
Mene uli enya adwene obe. I also the food bazaar eba. Wo de aba na wo de ba.
Ade na ba wi so.
Wo de ba de asafe na adwene. Ade na wo de aba. Ade bia wo be she data to so. Aye ho flyers, aye ho advert. Enya nkofo a participants a wo mo ba. Ene be hwa de fo mo ba bia aba wi. Na ebo na nya November no so ne anya ewu. Nti ye tempo ano so de na anwemu an ye tie. Nti ye se bra bedi de dipa. Ebi kura wote ho ro ho wo nse nuane bi wo ha wo hu no TV so. Uko restaurant wo hu be wo nka bi nhwe da. It is the opportunity abeka bia no asesa wo nuane de na one way no. Esusu because ni padua no eno an wa ho oden. Aduane ne wa ho oden aduane ne ma wo tan ase. Aduane ne wo nkwa. Eti esrese dani dura de wo ye bia no ugya ya ho se a wo ne beba ene e be ko festive seasons mu eti wo hia orders bia wo nya ahoho bia betumi order bi dia ma na wa wo fie kura wo a wo betumi anti no wo do ho jima e beboa wo de beboa pa.
All right, we are now on the 23rd e be he wonim on the 23rd forecourt of Sky ye nim he ye bo canopies ni na ho nya fo ni na beba odo omo ho abedon na to so no wo twam abobode aso be gina o wa hene so far no say na wo si ehu
meme say ya bo hu de wura boa nti obi a wo tie bia no hu say na wotwemenu pepepe te se ne 2 weeks from today nti no baby a wo bia no fa ho ehye dwumadi mu I think so omo aya me pese me kama omuti individuals so adwene wo so akọ African restaurant African market ya no nkofo bi ya nnuane edisisi yono some of them are very good nti omo friend na omo register na ye hu se ne omo so omo adwane se ne omo nsan no so bo obetimi aba obenya big event bi na bia obi aton san for say wadwane am bedi in fact ekoye mamenti mpese obebo amena enti no ye ton safro bibia se bebia owo bia se owo downtown owo east side owo north side bebia owo bia no all right 23rd November bomodi ase wonye hu free obeba Sky FM hanum say no aba be ye food bazaar no be take part of it se obedi aduane se oba aba no aduane so no obia eye welcome.
All right, obia eye welcome eye ebraso se me sorry konya so mebe na aso Yakupon Ayadama, and then our chair, Bessa, Shia, Ewo Jumedia, so. Biti, and then Anaquabna Ajiman, Ajingo Nabetima from here, Minamidi Jumadia, which I mean. A free non sobre Mobis Sabri. Boardroom, Nabby War. Miss sorry, now what in a champon, a fan America craft. ɔde adada mu special ɛde brɛ nyakopɔn ka obi biara ho nyakopɔn to super ngo so nyame adma na wɔtwe sɛ ne ɛbɛsa so ahyia bakra mu nyinaa good morning I'm a